Alright guys, this is Bread. We're going to take another look at Exanima. I have found that I am in dire need of some practice, so I will show you said practice as I do it. And I figured you guys might like to see me fight with something other than a weight bar, so... Off with his arm. You want to go? Yeah.
Overkill much?
A little. I still find the best thing to do is be the guy that swings first out. And I still feel like there's a lot to be said about the footwork in this game if you can get good at it. The problem is it's hard to stay oriented to the controls because you move based off of the character facing, and you would have to get so used to being able to move around in a circle, and I am not very good at it. Oh, ow. At least that wasn't terrible. He can kill me with that maul in one good hit. And I know I can take their clothing when I kill them, but I didn't want to do that. I want to get better at not getting hit, not taking the hits. I find shields are often the bane of my existence, too. And I feel like it's harder to hit when you swing from the outside. You know, right to left isn't bad. Left to right is a little more difficult. You barely missed me there. Next. That was lucky. I buried that axe in her face, but... Okay, so that's the novice practice. Arena practice expert. Next, I am going to try two-handed sword because I have a preference to swords. I like thrusting weapons. Ow! No! Well, there you have it. Let's try a mace and a shield. Oh, ow. Hit me with that spike on the back. Or that counterweight. So I will be taking the armor in this one because they get heavily armored as you go. Next. Rah! That sound. I can't be really loud because I'm in a room that will echo. Blood for the blood god and all that. Skulls for the skull throne. I'm more of a Sigmarite, but whatever. It fits here. Ow! Good thing I had some chainmail to absorb that. I wonder if you can get close and actually see the pattern in the chainmail. Yeah, it looks like 4-in-1 European chainmail. It's kind of hard to see. I don't know a whole lot about medieval weaponry and armor, but I am very interested in chainmail because I've actually learned to make it. I make butted chainmail with, I think it's like 17 gauge steel wire. Of course, butted chainmail is not nearly as strong as this chainmail would be, because this chainmail is riveted together, and what I make is just butted together. Basically, the links are just closed. But it's a fun hobby. It's hard on your wrists, but if you use softer metals like aluminum, it's not too hard on you. When I worked in a call center, I was sit and take phone calls for AT&T and make chainmail the whole time. Make bracelets. I actually have a mostly completed shirt that I did for my sister, but I've just sidelined it. And I was working on one for me, but it takes a long time, and I just haven't found the time. Not gonna take all his armor, but I am gonna take that. Well, let's try this again. And you keep the armor when you start over, I've noticed. I'm going to try... What is this, a Bardish? Is that the... Volge. Okay. All the different polearms... essentially is what type of nasty, slashy, or pokey bit is on the end of a stick, but they all have weird names. I learned that when I played Advanced Dungeons & Dragons, because they all have the appropriate name, I believe. Jesus, he didn't know what hit him. Spearman I am not, but I want to get good at it in this game. Gotcha. That's a Bardish. What he has, I believe. Die. Yeah, like that. That's what I wanted you to do, exactly. That sword is just so much quicker than me. I constantly hear Nick in my head, you know, Christy? When I was training the box with him and he was like, find your range. That's who I hear when I'm doing this. It's like, you need to find your range. And a Gameson. And I think I'm good with that. Ow. Yeah. In the face. Die. Ow. My leg. Ow. My other leg. Restart. Let's try a maul. Somebody in the comments said pole hammer for the win. I don't have a pole hammer, but I have a hammer. Ow. This thing is incredibly slow. God, that would hurt so bad. Yeah. It'd be cool, like, we talked to somebody in the comments said something about they were planning on doing dismemberment in this game eventually. It would be cool if, like they said, stuff for blunt weapons too, you know, you show the crushing blows and the dented armor and helmets. Because I would have definitely dented his helmet with that one. Oh, I missed. Owie. Stop hitting me. I'm going to try that one more time with the, well... yeah, with the hammer. I'm going to hammer him. I could try it with that guy's great axe. That's a thing, I guess. He's like, my face, my knee. I'd be more worried about my face, personally. My knees are kind of bad anyway. Yeah, I want to try your axe. Flying blind. I'm not looking at the stats. Ow. I am a barbarian. Okay, axe to the face is a valid message. Ow, stop hitting me. Yeah, this time I'm not as slow. I'm still pretty slow, though. That's what I'm saying. Going into these arena fights, being the guy that swings first, if you know the range of the weapon and you can land it, a lot of the times, especially if it's a heavier weapon, even a weight bar, I knock you down. Like, 9 times out of 10, I will knock you down. I'm gonna go with what I got. Ooh, that's the... Somebody said pole hammer for the win. Let's take it from him. He's all plated up. That means this axe isn't gonna be terribly effective. I need to wallop the shit out of him with this. Ooh, right in the face. Let's try out. Alright, that a pole hammer? That's a pole hammer. Pole hammer for the win, commenter. I've failed to take your name down, but I remember you.
He's bad with names anyway.
Ow, stop hitting me. It's not very nice to hit people. Unless you're me, then it's okay.
Double standard.
I'm allowed to hit people. You're not allowed to hit me. Stop it.
I don't think he cares.
I mean, he's in plate mail. He'll take more punishment than I will. And stay standing. Or she. I think that's a she, actually. I can't tell. The armor's not exactly making that an easy thing to see. It sounded like I was beating on a tea kettle. Go into it one more time with what I've got. That does look like a pretty nasty bit of metal on the end of a stick I'm holding there. Alright. Yeah, I agree. Pole hammer for the win. Squish. She has no ribs left to speak of. If they ever do the multiplayer version of this, I look forward to running into some of you commenters and having myself murdered by you.
Murdered horribly.
They'll be standing over my body and they'll be like, so you wanted feedback, right? All feedback's good, right? Well, here's some feedback. Gotcha. I have to agree. The pole hammer is pretty nasty.
Hopefully by the time they make it multiplayer, we'll both have a computer. And then that way I can get my butt kicked by everybody. Including you. Huh, Brad?
Yeah, maybe. We need to get back into Worm. I'm sure your friends on Worm are like, where's she at?
I just haven't felt good lately.
Hi, pole hammer man. Thank you for this hammer. I drew blood and he was in plate. That's kind of...
Impressive? Is that the word you're looking for?
Not sure. Well, ow. He drew blood on me, but he hit me in the knee. No. Bad. Tink. Ah, die. Hi, big nasty looking guy. He didn't let it load all the way in before he was closing the gap. Like,
He wants you bad.
ow. Well, okay, so I have a new boss to beat on camera. I think this is going to be all the time we have. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, dislike if you don't like it. Please comment. I love all of your feedback, even the bad feedback.
Even though he can't remember your name.
The guy that I spoke with the most when I played this was ZM Ranger. I know the Ranger part was right. I don't know if the letters are right, but I'm about 80% that it was ZM Ranger. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day.
Have fun, guys.
Look at me all twisted and broken up over here. I don't think your knee... Well, I guess your leg is kind of meant to bend that way, but it's bent a little far.